Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo.
I think I'm gonna start experimenting with different intros because I've listened to enough of our intros
Oh,
and
man.
it's lame.
I know. And also, it's like that weird thing of like, we haven't just been talking for 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's either we've been
Um,
talking already before we started recording, or we're just not in the mood. Like we're just like
yeah.
done with it, you know? Oh well.
Well, so yeah, let us freshen up our intros and tune in each week to our intros.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome back, guys, to Style Over Substance. I feel like I never say that
No, you've
because we have
forgotten.
we have like a jingle now. It's like,
I think you should still say it though, because our intro doesn't say the actual name of the podcast, and I think it would help.
does it not? Oh well, welcome back to Style Over Substance. I hate the plug, but I mean this is the plug. It's the podcast. It's the damn thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome back, guys.
Yeah.
Professionals over in this corner of the internet. How you doing, man?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I feel like this week I have a bit of a social life. I don't know. I have like a midweek drinks thing this week.
And love that.
I don't normally, to be honest. And then I'm seeing you, and then I'm seeing my family, and then but I always see them a lot, to be honest. And then yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this week I'll be like out and about. Catch me outside.
Love it. Yeah, I've definitely noticed that, like, I don't think my life was that eventful BC.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like I had a different idea of my life, maybe BC, BC is before COVID.
Yeah. You don't have to explain that. I have to say, I do love the abbreviation. Though.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I don't know, like, you know, when like, okay, this comes from I've done a wardrobe clear out or started one.
Really? I think this needs to be your new segment.
I wish I never did it. Well, it's part of my fashion story today. But like, you know how you like hold on to stuff, you're like, no, that could be good for going out. I don't know who I think I am.
Yeah.
Or that the places I go to like these days, that's not how I dress. So what I'm holding on for, I don't know. And it's not like uni days where I was going out like a couple times a week or whatever. Like I don't, and also I don't dress that way now. So why am I holding on to it?
Yeah.
But like there's just so many things where like that'd be good for a night out. And if also now I'll go on a night out and that's not even how I dress.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The only time that you would dress like quote unquote that is if it were like your birthday and you're like
if I was going maybe out to a club, but how often I go to a club is not often.
Yeah, I get
it. You go for drinks now, like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, I love a dance, but I'll dance anywhere.
Yeah, so you will. Yeah.
But anyway, before I digress, what is your fashion story?
I'll ask. What is your fashion story? You can go first because you have a big one.
Okay, so I sort of have like a two-parter of my clear out. So part of my clear out was taking the summer clothes, RIP, out of my wardrobe because I don't have loads of storage here. So it allows for more space in my wardrobe. And so I've taken all that out. I'm going to backpack it, put it in the loft. So my first question is, this is sort of the first time I've done this. I don't know if it's actually really damaging to like remove half your wardrobe and not see it for like 6 months. Because styles change a bit, right? And like, I don't know if you don't see it, even just like that little slither hanging in the wardrobe, if that means like you're not going to be as interested in it when you get it back, or you're going to be more interested. So I don't know if you've ever done the seasonal thing. How did it go for you?
I am a seasoned backpacker.
Oh.
Yeah, I am. I've done it a number of times in my life, partly for space reasons, partly because I was moving as well. And to transport, it's easier to do the backpack thing. I 100% agree with the idea that you need to see your wardrobe, you need to see what you own in order to like make full use of it and use things and love it and wear them and whatnot. So I 100% agree that what's out of sight is out of mind. But you're not going to be wearing your holiday stuff right now.
Exactly.
You're not going. There's so much stuff that you, even with the best of intentions, you just do not have the occasion to wear right now. The temperature has dropped being outside. And it's just like, what I've done is in the past, because you know what, the summer stuff it doesn't take up that much space really. They're quite thin and quite small.
I've got a lot of summer clothes. You wouldn't think I lived in the UK.
Oh. But like the big coat when it's in the summer, and I'm putting like the winter stuff away.
Yes, winter coats, stuff is bulkier. Yeah.
You just can't. Yeah, but what's important is not the fact that you've packed away the stuff. Is that when the seasons do change back, you have to do this exercise again. Otherwise, you're just leaving it there to rot.
But you know what? I tried to do it for the winter autumn season, but it feels like a much bigger commitment to put jumpers away because of the weather in this country. Like, you could always throw a jumper on, right? If it's cold in the summer, you can throw a jumper on. Yeah, so I had to
thinner jumpers, don't you?
Not that many is what I've learned. I've got a lot of heavyweight jumpers. I've also realized I really need to have more jumpers in my collection. But yes, the second part is I've also done a clear out of really tried to be ruthless of all the stuff I'm like, that doesn't fit you anymore. Who are you kidding? You're not going to be that size again. But also, and my body's changed, guys. This might be a whole episode of my body shaming me.
I think we've had this discussion in part.
I'm sure we have.
Well, it was like in a restaurant and we had this full-blown.
We did, yeah. But also like clothes where I'm like, I don't go on those nights out anymore, or like that was a phase, we don't need that anymore, or I've had that too long and it's just unacceptable. So I've put all of those clothes also in backpack. So my theory was, if I don't miss them until the seasons change and I go back into the loft and get my stuff, then they go to either a home, Depop, charity, whatever it is. And I thought that was quite like a good way, because otherwise I think you can be really hasty with parting with stuff. But also I then was able to be more ruthless, knowing that like they weren't like forever gone. So I'm hoping this is going to work well for me.
Yeah, I think that's a brilliant idea, to be honest. You need to give yourself a bit of time before you try and depart with clothes.
I've definitely been hasty in the past and really like regretted certain things I've got rid of. I don't think I'll regret any of these.
I think the best thing you can do with clothes is use them as much as possible, because they don't fetch a lot of money when you try to sell them.
No,
it's
a
really
lot of bother.
It's more a clear out exercise than it is like you trying to recoup funds and like make money back for what you've bought. I think if it's like bags and other things, then it's different. Like you can make some decent money out of it. But with clothes, it doesn't serve you like throwing away stuff like preemptively. You might as well hang on to it and like try and use it. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree. So that's the first part of my cull.
Okay.
But I think my personality type is I'm a bit all or nothing. So like clearing up my bedroom, messes everywhere. I'm like, I should sort out my socks and I should sort out my underwear drawer. And it's like one thing at a time, lady.
Oh, I have an organized underwear drawer.
Oh, I haven't. No, it's organized. But I mean, like, look, let's get rid of those. We don't need that many period pants, you know? Like, we don't.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
Like, just a little refresh. I feel like I just need a little refresh.
You know what? Sometimes when you have too many of those, you rely too heavily on them. You're not even on your period, but you're just wearing them because they're just.
Yeah. And, you know, some just like, they just don't cut the mustard anymore. I feel like I'm going to have a real cull, going to treat myself to some new pants, some new socks, some new tights.
Yeah,
you know, that kind of a thing. What a thrill. What a treat.
What a dream.
I know. So yeah, that's my weird little fashion story section. What's your fashion story this week? I feel like I know what it is.
Well, I have a couple actually.
Okay.
I think I will start with a fashion story that I wasn't planning on talking about, but it's kind of just reminded me. In part, my no buying year thing so far. So it's going all right. I haven't bought anything, but I haven't bought anything. But
are you planning to do this for a full year?
Yeah, but
you have a big birthday during that time.
This is it's not even for my birthday. I'm not even looking to buy stuff for my birthday.
You for sure will though.
But I do want to get some stuff for Christmas. But the thing is, what I've done in the past is I need to convince other people to buy them for me as gifts. And trust me, that's a difficult job to do. I'm trying to convince, because I'm the sort of person that when I ask for a gift, I'm like, I'd rather you not buy me anything or you buy me just what I ask for. Because then I don't want a top like that. I want that exact top. It sounds really stuck up.
No. I'm the exact same. It's my list or it's no list. Like I'd rather your company or like what I want.
Yeah, exactly. So I am gonna try and convince like family members or like Mr. Big or something to get me certain things if I have my eye on it. But it's not. I honestly, when my birthday rolls around, like I don't need anything clothes wise for my birthday, like definitely not. But I think the winter sale is the one that's going to be tricky, and that's why I need other people to buy me stuff.
You like a good coat as well.
Yeah. So the thing is, what I've noticed this week is I have been more inclined to look at really expensive stuff.
Yes.
Like I've just
unattainable.
Definitely. So because my birthday's in February and I was like, I'm going to be 30 and it's like, it's a big birthday. It's an excuse to get something big. Like what is something that I couldn't buy myself outright because it's too expensive, but I think it would be nice to have something commemorative, something extra special. And so
what did you find?
I'm thinking, this is going to sound so ridiculous, but this is my pipe dream. Yeah. I don't know if you know much about watches, but in my mind, in my alternate universe, I'm getting a Cartier Panther watch.
Right.
So I started like looking at the different sizes and what they're made for, and I was in the YouTube watch rabbit hole for a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm on the secondhand market because I'm like, these depreciate in value. I might as well get a secondhand one. So then today, while I was at work, in quotation marks, at home, I was on the Chanel website, wasn't I? I'm not getting a Chanel bag anytime soon.
Not with those price increases.
Which leads me on to my second fashion story.
Oh my gosh.
So honestly, for someone who doesn't actually buy, I don't have a large designer collection of anything, to be honest. But I don't know how I keep up with some of this stuff. So Chanel is introducing a bag quota for their most popular bag styles. Yep. And I've seen this being reported by the highest investigative sources on YouTube.
They need a bag quota.
Yeah. So you know how Hermes does? You can only buy 2 of each.
Are they trying to become Hermes prices? Because I'm not okay with that. Their quality is not there.
So this is all part of like a larger discussion, isn't it? So Chanel, they're introducing a bag quota. It will be on the classic flap, the Gabrielle, some other top handle bag, which I don't really like, and something else. I think like the boy, I think it may be their classic.
I would almost do it for the opposite styles. I'd do it for your like seasonal that like, that they can only buy.
That's true.
Because like actually, if someone likes the classic flap, they could have that in like 5 colors.
Not anymore.
What a shame. My dream of buying 5 next year is gone.
I know. And so it also extends to small leather goods. You can't buy 2 of the same like wallet, let's say, or purse.
Some people
of
are
the same model,
rich, and gift those as presents.
Yeah. But listen, this is never a problem most of us are ever going to have. We're not going to be buying more than like 2 or 3.
If I get to a point where I can afford to buy 2 Chanel bags in one go, is it a problem I'm okay to have that they won't sell me to?
This is a year.
Yeah.
Though. So,
but like, I'm okay to have that problem.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a good problem to have. Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, that is a bag quote. So as you were saying, and a lot of people have said in recent past that their price increases are putting them on a parallel with Hermes. And really the only difference at this point, because you could get a Birkin for $7,000, $8,000, but it's how attainable and how likely are you to get that bag to even begin with. And that's what makes Hermes like the most
sought after
bag, because it's hard to get it. It's not really the price as such, it's the availability of it.
Well, not anymore now that Chanel bags are around that mark.
Yeah, but they are far more easier to get. You might have to get into the store.
Every Tom, Dick and Harry can,
yeah. So I think that they are trying to become more profitable, more like Hermes, but also probably try and crush the secondhand reseller market as well. Sorry, because if you are a reseller, you would buy a couple at a time and you would sell them on. And now if you can only buy like 2 classic flaps, 2 Gabrielles, whatever.
So they're doing it on the stuff that holds its value. Yeah. And I get that. I just really do hope they increase their quality, because I literally saw like was it a YouTube video or a reel or some form of post where a girl had bought a Chanel bag and she was complaining that she'd had it not even a month and the gold hardware was already like becoming silver on the twist lock, and that was on her like classic flap. And then she had another Chanel bag, but that wasn't happening to the gold hardware. But like, I'm telling you now, I would not be happy. Like, I was talking about this with my friend Faith over the weekend, of like, the more money you pay for something, the more expectation you have, right?
For sure.
So if you pay a lot for a nice holiday, you expect the service and all of that stuff to be nicer on that holiday. But of course, things can happen wherever, right? And so like, again, for like the Chanel bag, if you're paying $5,000 for a bag, you expect it to be flawless, but humans have still made it. There could be threads still, like,
the Chanel bags aren't handmade.
No, but they are done by a machine with someone using the machine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't think you can make a bag without it being handmade.
Is it the same person? Like, because I know sorry, I have something in my throat, guys. I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
coughing. I know that with Hermes, each bag is made by one person from start to finish.
That won't happen at Chanel. There'll be one person who does like the reinforcement, one person who does the hardware and stuff like that. But from what from my bag knowledge, I think it's very hard for like a machine just to fully make a bag. In essence, like, our clothes are all made by humans, right?
Yeah.
Even if that's shit, like, it's still on the hands of it. Yeah. But yeah, it's just like, it's that thing that you almost have to be prepared that if you're willing to spend that on something, you're willing for like there to be problems with it. But then that's I don't know.
You know what? For a Chanel bag, honestly, you could get a handmade or hand assembled Rolex.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I have my eye on a Chanel bag, of course. I'm gonna buy a silly Chanel bag if I had the money for it.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like, it's way like $7,000 for a Chanel classic flap in like a medium.
Yeah. I don't even think that's the jumbo size. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's so much money that I think this new rule change is going to be really beneficial for those who already own a Chanel bag, because not only does your bag go up in value anyway because the price increases and things like that, but now the availability of your exact model
is rarer.
It's rarer. So, I mean, congrats to all of you guys who already have this.
Slow clap.
Yeah, slow clap. Yeah, you're right. The last thing I think they could do is improve on their quality.
But we'll see. We'll see. And also, like, they're already getting away with it. So
it's true. If it's not broke, don't fix it. They're making a killing.
And like most brands are always trying to see how they can skimp on that stuff to make more margin, right? So there aren't many brands going, how can we make our margin smaller?
Yeah. Well, my last fashion story, frog in my throat.
She's got a sexy little voice on.
I don't know what's happening, to be honest. I'm so sorry. Is the one you anticipated, which is Fendi has collaborated with Skims. Silence.
So my first thought when you sent me this message earlier was like, but she's been wearing Balenciaga for like the last month. Like, if I were Fendi, I'd be pissed. You're about to have a huge collaboration with me. You've committed to like literally one designer for the last month. I would have like, I don't know. To me, that's like, maybe she's about to switch to Fendi for the next month. Who knows? But you would have thought it'd be a Balenciaga collaboration the way she was going on with Balenciaga.
But this is the thing. We cannot, it's easy.
Maybe she's pitching them for her next collab.
Maybe. We can't confuse Kim with Skims. I know it's seen as the same thing, but technically this is her.
Yeah, it's a business.
Because Fendi has collaborated with, like, I think it was Nicki Minaj. She had like a little collab. She like loves Fendi.
Yeah.
And she had like this very pink it capsule collection.
It does make sense for Fendi. I can imagine people wearing like the undergarments like for ski season, or like that. I can see those layers, like the F's everywhere. So like I think Kim's slogan was like Fendi, like the Fendi prestige with like the Skims renovation. Or like the designer, like whatever, but with like their innovation.
I didn't know that Skims was revolutionizing the undergarment industry.
Yeah.
And again, we've said this about a lot of things. I fail to see where Fendi is benefiting from this collaboration. Fendi makes bodysuits anyway. Fendi makes ski stuff anyway.
Yeah, they make the leggings, they make all that stuff. People love Fendi at the moment.
Yeah. If anything, Skims is going to bring the Fendi price point down, no?
I think I say it every time we discuss Skims. There is never not a new collection. Like, I just don't understand how many Skims products there must be now. Like, there is always a new collection.
You know how luxury brands used to do diffusion lines, and they always used to be like the cheaper version.
Yeah, this is like a Fendi diffusion.
Is this it?
I guess it could be like, Gucci had their North Face thing. Is this just like tapping into a different market? Is that just like the new thing we're going to see of like? And I guess Skims maybe have fans that Fendi don't. I don't know.
Is that possible?
I don't think so.
The thing is with North Face and Gucci is North Face is aspirational in a way. Like, it's not cheap stuff. And
it's so different, right? Like we just said, Fendi's already got kind of, I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, well done to Kim.
I'd be interested to see the price point of this collection, but I don't really know the price point of Skims anyway. I understand it's relatively affordable. But yeah, I'd also be interested to know how well these collections do that she does every other week.
I think people do actually buy her stuff.
Oh, I'm sure, but like her diehard fans can't have enough money just to buy every collection she does. Surely,
I'm expecting Wolford prices.
Yeah.
That also reminds me. I'm just gonna put another fashion story out there. It's not really a fashion story, but you were talking about Kylie Swim the other day, And I actually saw a video about the quality of Kylie swim. Yeah. And also, okay, so I think her name is Laurie Lee. She's really famous on YouTube. And she was comparing the gusset to a gusset on another like bikini bottom that she already has. And it was tiny on the Kylie swim because, you know, they have like Barbie parts down there. And it's like, and she was like, any movement and you've just like popped out sort of thing. And there's a boob pop out.
Not all of us get like other JJs like Botoxed. Not all of us have designer vaginas. Oh my God.
I think that's like the scariest thing for me.
But then that to me is like, do you not understand bodies?
No, she doesn't, because hers is paid for.
And all of her friends, I guess, are similar, right? Like you surround yourself by like that same culture.
And you don't have a real life.
You know what, that's just made me think in Mean Girls, when that girl is like, it's not my fault if I've got a wide set vagina and a heavy flow. What about her, Kylie?
Oh my God, you could not be on your period better than that.
No. I bet it's not properly lined either. You know,
I think the gusset was about the only thing that did have an extra strip.
But like you still want like
by comparison, like normal bikinis are double lined throughout and then have an extra gusset bit. This was like single lined with a gut. Yeah, dangerous territory. But please, guys, if any one of you have bought kind
oh my God, please tell us.
Yeah, I need a review.
Love it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the end of my fashion stories.
We interrupt this broadcast to remind you, go follow us on Instagram, Style Over Substance Pod. Shoot us an email, styleoversubstancepete@gmail.com. Find us on YouTube, find us on Twitter. We've got all the links on our Instagram. You know what to do.
So this week, guys, we thought it is Halloween this week. If you didn't know, if you've been living under a rock, I feel like it gets bigger every year. But the last 2 years, obviously, last year it wasn't allowed, and so I feel like this year it's a bit more subdued. Yeah, because also like the world's still not right.
Yeah.
But before that, it was really picking up momentum
for sure.
But yeah, we're discussing Halloween costumes and like the fast fashion effect of the Halloween season, essentially, and putting our 2 cents on putting the world to rights. So
yeah, well,
so my first question is: have you ever bought a Halloween costume? And I'm not talking like you've bought stuff to create your own. I'm saying you've gone into like a fancy dress store, you've bought those like poly like costumes. Have you ever bought one?
I can't remember the last time I actually bought like a full
Halloween. You don't like fancy dress, do you?
It's not that I don't like it. I'm just very lazy, if I'm honest. It just comes down to me being lazy when it comes to costumes, and me buying something and then never wearing it again, or just like not being organized enough because I don't care enough. That's pretty much what it is.
Okay.
I can't remember the last time. I mean, probably one of my most iconic Halloween moments was when I was a child and we went to Devon and I begged my parents for an Esmeralda costume. Yeah, because she was my hero.
Yeah, I loved Esmeralda. I had an Esmeralda fancy dress when I was a kid.
The one with the like sash and it had like the coins on it.
And then it had a plastic hoop earring.
Yep.
Okay, well, that kind of doesn't really count as much because I bet you wore that more than once.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I definitely have bought a few costumes. I often am quite good at just needing props and using stuff I've got to enhance the look. But yeah, I definitely have. But it's just like it adds, I guess, to that like wearing it once only phenomenon. I guess it's the first version of that.
Yeah, it is, like, because with everything else that you buy that comes with in regards to clothing, you have every intention of wearing it multiple times
and creating more options too, I guess.
Yeah, with a fancy dress costume, particularly Halloween, like you are never gonna go as like Freddy Krueger on like every week you're just putting on Freddy Krueger costume,
and like rarely gonna do it every year. I mean, that'd be quite funny actually if you just always had like the same costume every year.
It would. And that, to be honest, that is something we could touch on later on when it comes to like how's the best way to celebrate Halloween. But yeah, you buy it because you're just gonna use it once, and that's all there is to it. But yeah,
so I have some scary statistics if you'd like to hear them. Spooky, scary. I can't open my phone, so that's good. So Halloween is considered to be the worst holiday for wastefulness when it comes to plastics. Even from food, because obviously like sweets and stuff like that.
Even Christmas.
I think it's more than Christmas because it's what these plastics like these costumes are made of plastics. They're made of like polyurethane. I can't say that word. But yeah, so they think that a study that they found by a charity, seasonal outfits produce 2,000 tons of plastic waste, the equivalent of 83 million bottles.
I know.
And that they're like that, like it obviously the main retailers are normally supermarkets or the fast fashion, our best friends, boohoo.com, Pretty Little Thing. And yeah, the 83% of the materials used were polluting like oil-based plastic and likely to end up in landfill and take between 20 to 200 years to decompose.
And that's just in the UK, isn't it? I think I've seen something similar. It's insane because it's really, people start to buy their costumes from mid-October onwards. So in the space of, let's say, 2-3 weeks, we've collectively bought 83 million bottles worth of costumes. And then first week of November, we've either got them stored in our wardrobes or we've just dashed them.
Yeah.
And we've bought them for our kids, our little relatives, ourselves. And yeah, it's incredibly wasteful. I mean, the amount of plastic that goes into costumes is more than normal clothing, not just because of the fabric.
That to keep, I guess, the cost down.
You get the props as well. You get I don't know, if you're going as Captain America, you're going to have the shield and you're going to have like all these other components that go with the costume. So yeah, it's pretty bad.
Not great.
I got a statistic that says that 30 million people in the UK buy costumes like on a given year, and 90% of families consider buying costumes. So although, I mean, that's pretty much the whole country, but most families in the UK consider buying costumes. They subsequently don't all buy them, but they consider it.
But hey, we're like we're nearly like probably 70 million in the UK these days.
Yeah, exactly.
So like my mum and dad are never gonna buy. I'm come from a family of 5. My mum and dad are never gonna buy a Halloween costume. So my brothers probably aren't.
They buy for their kids.
Yeah, that's true. So they'd buy for their kids. So like in our extended family, it'd probably be a little bit less than like 50%.
Yeah.
But like that's still like, to me that number seems kind of high because like parents, I mean, maybe parents do buy them for trick or treat to like match their kids, but like that was never something. I mean, Halloween wasn't big when we were kids.
No, it was a thing to do, but it wasn't
like it would be like you'd put a sheet on and be a ghost, or like you'd get a witch's hat and then like put a black bin bag on. Like, I don't know. Yeah. We like, my parents really did not. My mum hates Halloween. She hates it. So
yeah, I understand. I get what you mean. Like, it wasn't something that adults did. Definitely like a kiddie thing. You go around to your friend's house, it was a sleepover, you go around their neighborhood, you trick or treat with the adults, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's just become so much bigger, and most of the people in this country are considering buying costumes. So much so that I think it was the same study that you've quoted from, 7 million costumes thrown away
each year.
Yeah, there's all these statistics that I have as on a given year. Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me, right? Because each year you're going to ask your kids what they want to be. Odds are they're not the same size next year. They're not going to want to be the same thing because that's not going to be cool next year. And like one of my best friends growing up had a fancy dress box because they loved fancy dress. But not many people have dressing up boxes anymore. That's not how kids have fun. You know. And also, like, I just suddenly realised as well, the thing that I feel like's really gained momentum in the past few years, and I've noticed a little bit more this year, is people decorating their houses. So, like, in supermarkets now, like, there's, like, fake cobwebs you can put in your windows, or, like, there's, like little skeletons, or, like, little cauldrons, or plastic pumpkins, or like bats, and so like that's also adding to the plastic consumption. And like, unless you're telling me like family is going to be storing Halloween decorations now like they do Christmas decorations and Easter and all of that stuff, like these holidays are just getting bigger. I mean,
when thinking about this episode, it reminded me of when I've worked, when, you know, working for various brands. And when it comes to these seasonal holidays, especially I was working for an American brand, and they're like big on seasonal holidays, and like having to bring out a new collection or a new colorway for like Christmas or Halloween and Valentine's Day and all of this stuff. It's cute. You end up buying like SLGs from a brand that has like let's say a Halloween themed collection. But even that's maybe of a bit more substance. It's not a Halloween costume, but it's a purse with a pumpkin on it. It's like, what the fuck? Why did I buy this? But people do buy into these really seasonally specific collections. And they're just as wasteful because you don't use them. You buy them because they're cute. They might have like a cute little design or like cartoon or something. Or it's just not a color that you can really, like Valentine's Day, for example. I think Valentine's Day falls around the time of Chinese New Year and like Singles Day. Yeah, around like the January, February, March, that early part of the year. And so all these collections, they're just coming out with red stuff, stuff with hearts on it, stuff with, you know, it's brightly colored red. Stuff that come in pairs or singles, like 11s, because it's like singles and 2 1s and whatnot. And even that, as cute as they are, you're probably just going to use it for that like month, let's say. And then you're probably not going to pull it out the year after to celebrate. You're going to forget you've got it. And even though, as I said, like, it's of more substance, it might be a leather purse, or it might be a leather bag, it might be like a nice t-shirt or whatever. It's not necessarily made of all plastic. The consumption at this time of year is something that we really have to reckon with, because it's all well and good to say we'll recycle it, but me and you both know that, like, I think the global statistic is that 10% of things that are recycled, that can be recycled, actually do get recycled.
And also, like, none of these costumes are recyclable, like, as far as I'm aware. They're like highly flammable. It's actually kind of crazy when you think, like, we go like bam from Halloween, Americans then have Thanksgiving, which is another like festive time, probably more stuff like this. Then we go into Christmas, loads of decorations, all of that stuff. Granted, I feel like Christmas, people keep that decorations and like recycle them each year of bringing them out. But equally, it's like the Christmas jumper day. There's like, that's equally like considered now quite a wasteful day. And I think there's like been calls to potentially stop it.
Really? But with Christmas jumper day, there's a lot of people who pull out the same jumper year after year.
Yeah.
I think.
And also it's for charity, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. That's actually,
and also like, can I just say, I own Christmas jumpers and I wear them every year.
Yeah,
like I have multiple and I wear them every year, and I maybe buy one each year to add to the collection. So.
I was gonna say that I think that's quite like an old school way of doing things. Like Christmas jumpers it's not the most commercialized festive thing, you know. Like I know when we were back in the office and whatnot, wearing a Christmas jumper throughout December at work was like a normal thing that people could do. And it was just like, yeah, I'm wearing a Christmas jumper because it's December. And so people would wear the same one time and time again, year after year. And I think that there's not much culturally left in the UK that is quite old school in that way. I think a lot of things have become quite, sorry, American listeners, you make up a massive
large portion.
But I think like when I think about growing up, I think there was a very specific British tradition or culture or whatever, and now everything's far more commercialized, far more like global, far more Americanized. Let's be realistic.
Well, all the holidays have been Americanized for sure. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's nice to get into the festive spirit, and I think we do it because we need it. I think we need these little splashes of like excitement and joy and things to focus our energy on. But yeah, I think there definitely needs to be ways of like, I'm a big fan of creating like a Halloween costume with makeup, or
that's true, you do,
like, you know, face, like if you get a face paint, you can like kind of do anything. You can just put a Harry Potter scar on your forehead and wear a shirt and a tie, you know, type of thing. I think there should definitely be more of an encouragement for like thinking of what you've already got and seeing what you can kind of like salvage from that. Don't get me wrong, it's so much fun like thinking of a funny costume and getting that stuff. And I've definitely been victim of like buying stuff, keeping the tags on it, wearing it for an occasion, returning it, which doesn't solve the problem, but I guess it kind of does. I mean, it's naughty, but I guess it's not going to landfill. Not by my command anyway. But yeah, I think there definitely needs to be, I mean, loads of people just like are happy to put blood on themselves and be like a zombie version of anything, right? Which to me is a bit of a slacking effort. I don't know, I don't really like gory outfits. I've never have. But I feel like there needs to be more like, the DIY guys need to get on this. You know, there's DIY for everything. There's a real DIY niche of this world. And I think they need to take the Halloween season on. That's what I think needs to happen.
I agree. I think this year, with the release of Squid Game, everyone like... Listen,
how many people are just going to wear a tracksuit and like be like...
Everyone's headed to Amazon. Everyone's going to get, either they're going to be the red guys with the masks, or they're going to be like the green guys who get slaughtered. So things like that, it's just like the ease. It's like it's so easy. Like I'm going to be that character or whatever, and just, you know, buy something next day and it's going to arrive, and you know you're going to be sorted for a party, and it requires such little effort. That I think this year especially, we're going to have such high levels of, because people are dying for a party, you know, and then we've got freshers who are back as well finally after 2 years, and they are going to just like buy.
Love fancy dress. That's the best time for fancy dress.
So like you've kind of touched on already, what are the sorts of things that you think we could do to like minimize our like waste and our environmental impact when it comes to Halloween?
So I definitely think it's worth saying that, like, I think it has to start a little bit from celeb culture, because ultimately we're all victims of seeing like celebs turn out all the stops for costumes, right? And we want to like see if we can do the same. So I think we have to stop seeing that so much of like these bespoke costumes. So a company I worked at, the CEO would get a like the atelier would make her costumes each year.
I kind of love it though.
Oh, amazing. Imagine having that live. But like no one else could have a bespoke costume made, you know? And then like, of course, we then try and like find the next best thing. It's an Amazon, like, or Party Delights, whatever it is, like special. I think we almost have to see sort of more creative stuff maybe from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just like shop your wardrobe, and also like Pinterest is a really good idea. I like I said, I'll often do like face paint stuff. Like you could become like any Disney character with some good face paint. I don't know, or like be that dude that just commits to your one costume each year. If I'd like, you know, I would definitely have done that. Like, still time to. Just
I think what
celebrities, an outfit.
What they could do is because a lot of their costumes are like they're bespoke made, of course.
Yeah. They should maybe auction them for charity or something.
But then that's still creating like waste, isn't it? I think because they have so many like parties that they go to, like for example, they might have a Halloween party at their own house and they go to like
it's like Halloween week right now. Like there's all sorts of events going on.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the day I see a celeb wear the same costume throughout the week to every party they go to, that would be like, okay, that
also like imagine when Katy Perry does like the most ridiculous stuff, right? It'd actually be really funny if she turned up to every party like as a hamburger.
Yeah, like I'm getting my money worth out of this.
It would actually be really funny.
Yeah, I think it was like Viola Davis or maybe another actor who'd worn a dress for one award season and then a few years later was like, listen, I paid good money for this dress. No, it was the comedian, I can't remember, Tiffany Haddish.
Oh yeah.
Won an award in the dress, and then like a few years later she was like, I'm back in this dress because
she probably wasn't gifted it either, right? But also like, so there's the initiative that not his wife anymore. I was about to say Colin Firth's wife, but I don't think they're together anymore, are they?
Oh, I don't know.
I think she had an affair.
Oh.
Olivia Firth, if she still goes by that name. So she had like a eco red carpet initiative where she would encourage you for certain events. She would encourage you basically to like wear a dress you've already worn or repurpose a dress you already have, and very much like there shouldn't be a brand new dress for every red carpet type of a thing. And I guess there should be that kind of a thing with a Halloween costume of like repurposing stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like think, so Kylie, when she did her iconic Christina Aguilera and she's now got some chaps, why don't she go as a cowgirl?
Yeah.
You know?
True. Maybe there should be like, you know how you can have book clubs where you like take a book and then like donate it? And then
no one's got the same dimensions as a Kardashian.
But maybe just like
they all do though. They all do.
Yeah, that's true. You know, you get what you pay for.
I mean, that wasn't one of Kim's jokes, right? That her sisters took pictures of her to their doctors so that they could look like her.
It's probably true. So I think maybe not for celebrity, but just for normal people. I'm sure there's like a little club or a charity or something.
Oh, for sure. There definitely should be, actually. Yeah. There definitely should be like or that you just hire, you rent rather than buy.
Yeah. I will say that this weekend I was going into some charity shops on the hunt for some cheap plant pots because I have all these plants and I thought to do with being in a pot. And, you know, charity shops, it's the first place you go when you want to bargain. These charity shops are getting expensive.
Are they?
There's a plant pot. They were trying to sell it to me for like £3. Now, I know that doesn't sound expensive, but really, you're trying to get you're trying to pick up
well, also
of the,
how big a plant pot are we talking? Like small, medium, large?
No, like a decent size. Like a decent size. Imagine a decent size.
Wow, be more vague.
A medium pot.
A medium pot.
I wanted to buy like 6, 7.
Right.
Not spending like £21.
Yeah.
So I say all that to say that the places that you'd think, oh, I could go to a charity shop, buy a secondhand Halloween costume, if you're lucky to find something in your size that's good, the price of it is not necessarily cheaper than if you just go on ASOS and buy a ready-made costume. You know, now I'm thinking I'm just going to get my plant pots from IKEA because...
So what I will say, so last year I really got into the festive season. We were in lockdown and I did like a different Halloween makeup or costume every day for a week, mainly because ASOS had so many amazing costumes or wigs or whatever that I felt really inspired. And I was like, yeah, this is so much fun. Cool. This year, I was gearing up to do the same thing. They have got bugger all on their website.
Really?
And I wonder if it's a response to like the fast fashion thing. I wonder if like it just isn't called for. I don't know. But like last year, they had so many wigs. They had so many different like ideas for costumes. They had so much stuff. And this year, I bet their Halloween edit isn't even like 200 pieces.
I think it's probably sold out. Last year, no one was buying them.
Can I just tell you? I go on that website frequently enough to know that it's not sold out. I go on that website far too frequently.
Okay, I take it back.
I know, because I was also like keeping an eye out, like for ideas, inspiration. I was gonna like plan what I was gonna do, and there's nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's more to that. Maybe there's like a retail trend happening that we don't know. Maybe they've got a Halloween costume quota.
Last year they did loads and nothing happened, and they had to throw it all away. Who knows? But yeah, not many good Halloween costumes on ASOS this year. They're probably all on Boohoo.com.
Oh, maybe. So, I've got one other small statistic.
Yeah.
That I thought, throw it in the mix. Do you want to know how much it costs us per year to throw away clothes in the landfill?
Oh, no. No, I don't.
Just guess. Shall I give you a clue? It's a double-digit million.
You know what? This is making me think that I never want to give my clothes to a charity shop because charity shops often turn down clothes these days.
And then even if they take them off you, they don't sell all of it. And they sell it on to like other countries and they get burned.
Oh, so am I contributing to this? My gosh. I don't know. Tell me.
£82 million a year to send clothes to the landfill in the UK.
I'm sorry. Why did we not discuss that in Brexit?
Well,
I know it's not relevant, but
that's how much it costs us.
Well, can we not pump that into like curing cancer or something like that?
No, we've been trying to cure cancer for like...
I know, that would have already gone. Oh man, that feels like I'd like a little slice of that. 82 million, that could be $1 million each for us all in the UK.
You could just like buy
every year they could gift us £1 million with that.
Well, there'd be there'd be like £1,000 for each person living in the country or something, or £100. Oh, my maths.
I thought you said it was 82 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's
70 million people.
Yeah.
That's like £1. No, it's like £2. It's like £1.50 each person.
I got my maths there.
Well, not even that.
Got my maths very
like £1.10.
Yeah, but over a lot. Oh.
Yeah, your maths was wrong. My maths was wrong, actually, off. Yeah, I think I said like £100 to begin with.
I thought it was $1 million. There you go, crikey.
There's a whole 82 people in the country.
Oh my god.
Oh,
but that should definitely. How much do we pay for other waste? Oh,
well, yeah. I mean, yeah, but I say that to say again, because we throw away all these costumes.
Yeah,
we pay for it environmentally. We pay for it financially as a nation.
And there probably aren't many other occasions where you physically throw your like. I don't know many people who don't bother to like put their clothes out for a collection or like give them to a charity shop or try and sell them on eBay. I don't know many people who throw their clothes in the bin. But like they probably like the main thing they would throw in the bin, right, is a costume.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess like it's harder to give that to a charity shop or whatever.
Even if you're donating it, it's going to a landfill. Because if they don't, if it's not clean enough,
supposedly, yeah, and like charity shops just aren't taking stuff. Like it's hard for them to take stuff these days.
They should lower their prices. More people would donate.
You want cheaper plant pots, not clothes.
It's all the same.
Man, that's such a depressing number.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like it comes at a cost, like environmentally and financially. Like we pay for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good. Well, yeah, really glad that I've got this many clothes in my room now.
Good luck.
No, but like, you know, it then makes you realise like, why don't we only own like 30 things on rotation?
Because it's boring, I suppose.
I know, but like,
I know. my goal that I see for myself is to be like a wealthy minimalist. When I'm talking about clothing, I wear like cashmeres, I wear silks, I wear all of that stuff.
You have like a grey cashmere jumper, a black cashmere jumper, and maybe a beige, like a tan.
And that's my life. And you do,
and you can pair that with a silk shirt, a beautiful cotton shirt. You can pair that with a leather skirt or some nice cotton drill trousers.
You'll be watching to me like capsule wardrobe videos.
Yeah. Oh man. I wish that could be me, but I feel like I have too many, like, I don't know.
Ideas. Yeah.
Or just too, I was going to say too many characters, but I don't think I'm that crazy.
No, you don't have a multiple.
But like, I have too many sort of like emotions or whatever.
Personality, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. To like, that is me on a lot of days, but there are also days where I want to wear like a neon pink jumper. Mm-hmm. So then that doesn't fit the edit.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't.
And life is too short to not wear leopard print or bright pink. So
100%. But I think leopard print is like we're so going.
I think leopard
now.
Print is neutral.
It's a neutral though. It is. Yeah.
I feel like that could be a whole episode. To be honest, I also believe in that.
I throw in metallics.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, we're off topic now. But oh my god,
what is our poll for this week?
Are
you buying a Halloween costume this year, guys? Are you going out? Do you have a Halloween party lined up? And if so, what are you going as? Is it Squid Game? And will you be throwing away your costume?
I like it. That's a big poll. Okay. Can we take out the big poll because that just sounds like an innuendo?
That's a pretty big poll.
Stop. Oh dear. That's the soundbite we don't need on the internet. Crikey. Right, okay. The polls are in.
Anyway, thanks guys for listening again to Style Over Substance with myself, Mim.
And me, Scarlett. We hope we haven't offended you, American friends.
No, I think no.
I
think probably Americans get it a lot. No.
Yeah. Well, no, but more like, hey, I love Halloween, but we gotta fix some of the problem.
Yeah, we gotta fix our act a little bit. But yeah, I thought this was a good discussion about costumes.
Yeah. But yeah, tell us, are you buying one? What are you going as? Is it Squid Game? Are you throwing it in landfill?
Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week. Good night.
Bye-bye.